Welcome to the Southern Oracles Tarot. I'm the Childlike Empress.
And I'm the Orin.
This reading is for Gemini for January 2019. This is a general reading, which means it may or may not apply to your situation. So the cards have already been laid out to save time, and since we do not like long introductions, we're going to get into it. I will tell you just how the channel works. Myself, which is a Childlike Empress, or the Orin, we shuffle and lay out the cards, and then we decide which interpretation we have of it. Sometimes we agree on that interpretation and sometimes we don't, and we usually feed off of each other. So if you guys want, keep up. Alright, so do you want me to start with the first scenario?
Right. And also to say there's multiple scenarios, and we will try to timestamp it and put it in the description box.
Right, so if you're within the first minute or so, if you know that that's not your situation, with the timestamp you can go and check out another situation and see if it applies to you. Okay, so let's start with the cards that are laid out on the table. We've got the Four of Pentacles as the heart of the matter. We have the Five of Cups as the blockage. Sometimes it can be what helps you. Sometimes it can be what hinders you. We have the Knight of Wands as the... I'm not sure if this is like the... I can't remember what it's called. But I usually call this head, heart, feet. So basically this is what you're going to do about the situation, or what's being done about the situation. Maybe you may not. This is the past, or what happened in the past. This is present circumstances. This is future or present influences. This is future circumstances. And that for the present circumstances, we have the Four of Wands. For the future, we've got the Seven of Cups. You see yourself as the Ace of Swords. Your environment is the world. The advice, and I look at this also as the universe kind of giving me advice as to what's going on, is the Ten of Pentacles. And then the outcome is the King of Cups. For your overall energy, you've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and for our clarifiers, just to give us a sense, it's the Presente di Pietre Preciosa. Which
the gift of precious presents.
Yes, which means a gift that's not entirely unselfish. Right. So I don't know if that means to you, but it means different things for each spread. So those are the cards, and I will start with situation one, what I saw. So it's random. If you guys have been watching our channel, you know that I usually see love readings. So I'm kind of excited that I was able to see something a little different this time. So with the situation that
246.
with the situation that I saw this time, this is about someone who is waiting for some type of money, especially with this Ten of Pentacles coming in as the advice or the universal guidance. Someone who's waiting for a lot of money, maybe a large sum. It could have been due to, especially with these clarifiers here, maybe a car accident, right?
Or some kind of settlement.
It could be a settlement or some type of, I think maybe an accident, either the sickness of, it could be the sickness of someone, or a car accident. Again, we have another person, see, we've got somebody lying in bed.
With the doctor card.
With the doctor card, so I think it could be an accident or something like that. Someone's looking for a settlement. The Presente di Pietre Preciosa, gift of precious presents, again speaks to somebody getting a large sum of something. With the
with strings attached.
But with strings attached, right? It's not just going to be something that you get free and clear. So that's why we thought it might be like a settlement or something like that. Okay. So the person I see is waiting, especially with the Hermit in the past position and with the gray hairs.
Yeah, they've been waiting a while.
Yeah, with the gray hairs here and the beard, they've been waiting a while. Even if you look at the Eight of Pentacles, I'll pull that up so you guys can see it. You've got a spider web, and I thought it was funny when we were doing the reading. We've got a spider web all over these pentacles. So you've been waiting to receive that money for a long time. You may have only received a small portion of it with the Eight of Pentacles here and just the one pentacle in your hand while you're waiting for the large amount of it, or the larger amount of it, to come to you.
It also could be... with the Hermit and the cobwebs on the 8, it could be old money. Could symbolize old money.
Ah, very good observation.
So like if it was an inheritance, it's been in your family,
for a long time.
Yeah, generations.
And if it's a settlement, you've been waiting a long time for this paperwork, this legal stuff to be cleared, for everything to kind of be done. The Hangman obviously is going to signify that you guys have been waiting for a long time. So again, I just keep getting waiting in these cards. I also see dual meanings because the cards have layers. I see that this person with the beard and then the Four of Pentacles could be the person that's actually responsible for doling out the money. Maybe a family member, an older family member,
or a lawyer,
or with the sacerdote can be a clergyman or a judge or something like that.
Or just a person you trust.
Can be,
or it could be just an actual trust.
It can be an actual trust. So that's what we were getting at. The person who's holding it, it could be held in a trust, and the way that you feel about it, you're not happy about the way that this is being handled. Just put it like that. This person is holding on to the money for what you feel like in a way that you feel is not beneficial to you. So maybe causing you a lot of frustration with the Disperato per Gelosia, which is the desperate jealousy card. A lot of sleepless nights with the Dottore card, just maybe not feeling, just the anxiety of it all for the waiting. And maybe even here with the blockage being the Five of Cups, you've been praying and just kind of wishing that this would hurry up, because your foot, what you're doing about it is maybe you're constantly calling, constantly trying to find out when it is coming, with the Knight of Wands. So basically, I think one of the biggest issues is maybe, again, with the Four of Pentacles, you've gotten some of the money, but what you really want, and what you really want is all of it. You want the money. You might have bills to pay, doctor's bills, because again, I keep seeing people laying here, sickness. You may have things that you feel like
it could be rent, mortgage. I see with the four of wands. Yeah.
But you have house bills. You thinking of
or family with the Four wands.
You have family you got to take care of. This person's worried about their day-to-day life. They're worried about taking care of things, and you're not getting it as soon as you need it. And you feel that if you get the money, that you'll be happy with the King of Cups being the outcome. But what I see, especially with the Seven of Cups being the future circumstances, I see that if you get the money, it may not turn out all of the money. It may not turn out the way that you want it to. Because when we clarify the King of Cups, which here for me symbolizes somebody who's happy and content, we got the Allegrezza al Cuore, happiness of the heart. La Superbia means vanity, and again, illusion, right? Something that's not real. And then Ammalato, which means sickness. So I think that, you think that if you get the money, you're going to be happy, and initially you will. But later on, it's going to cost you. So probably the best bet in this way is for things to, because you feel that that's the right way for it to be. But I think the best way for this to go is the way that it's going as of right now. I don't know how that helps, but that's what I see.
Yeah, you can have a bunch of fantasies of what you could
do with it.
You could do with the money when you get it.
Yeah. And that comes again, that fantasy, the thoughts, your thought process, but it's not shallow. It's just, it's an illusion.
Well, it could be just you thinking about vain things like buying a car and,
a new house, because we have the Four of Wands here as your thought process. You very well could be thinking about making a big purchase with the Ten of Pentacles here and the Four of Wands. But I think that they're saying maybe hang on to what you have, save what you have. Because this is the heart of the matter.
Yeah, you could save it for, with the Hermit card there, that retirement, because he's an old gray man,
Yep. Think wisely before you...
Yeah, it could be one.
Right, think carefully before you spend that money. I think they're telling you to hold on to it. When you do get it, and you may very well, because this is the advice, get it in a lump sum. Or it may actually turn out that you're going to get it. But I think they're telling you, be wise about it, because this is the heart of the matter. Take your time with it. Think about it. Think about all the different ways you can spend it. But I think they're telling you to be moderate, to moderate your spending, moderate yourself, because this can be a card of excess as well with the Seven of Cups. Okay? So I think that they're saying here, just moderate yourself. And that's the advice that I have for this particular spread. Because I think that you're more than ready, especially with the World card and that 1 foot and that stance where you're standing for. You're more than ready for this to happen. You have many plans about what you're going to do. But I think the advice here for this card is that you will get the money. I think that obviously it's definitely coming. Again, I want to point out the cobwebs, because you feel like, God, there's dust collecting around this money for how long it's taking to come.
It could be also in the bank where it's accruing interest.
Yep. Yeah, they're working on it. They're just taking a very long time. And you're like, I really need it now. That's why you're coming up as the Knight of Wands. I think that the advice here, if I could give you any, because we are oracles, so we do want to give you as much advice as we can. Be moderate or deal with this in moderation when you do get the sum of money.
What's the thing that you do for work? Where you get the money, the pension.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Could be a pension,
yeah. It could even, it could be like a pension or a 401k.
401k, yeah.
Something like that you're really waiting on, and it's just taking a long, long time.
Or you could be thinking about taking money out of your 401k.
Yeah.
Because the work hard is there.
That you've been accruing interest on with these cobwebs around here. So I think that they're saying before you leap, right, you step out and do this, and you coming up with the Ace of Swords means to me that you have been thinking about it very carefully. I think that take the emotion out of it and start being a little bit more practical about how you think, because you will receive the money and it is going to be something that you want. Just don't waste it on vain things, because that could be a danger, or there's a warning that I see here. There's a happy ending, but a warning. So you're going to get the money and you're going to get the lump sum that you're looking for, but just please take it in moderation.
Be mindful of your spending.
Be mindful of your spending. That is the name of it. That's what I was going to say. Sometimes when you're reading the cards, it's like the most simple phrase, like the simplest phrase just eludes you. But yeah, be mindful of your spending. Okay, so that's what I see for situation 1.
And that's at 10:59.
Okay.
So for situation 2, I do see a love spread here. So you get a little bit of love. You get a little bit of love.
We're making progress, y'all. We're switching places today.
And I believe either you are the person who travels or you're with the person who travels. For me, it's coming up more so as you're with the person who travels. And they travel for work. That's what I feel like. You're with somebody who travels for work. But when they're gone, you have sort of these fantasies that they're doing something inappropriate, the stuff that they're not supposed to be doing. You think about them cheating or leaving the family or running away or having a good time with other people here.
With the King of Cups.
And the King of Cups. And
yeah,
like you're having a good time. And you want to hold them, you want them to stay home.
Yeah.
Now, you want them to stay home with the family.
Work at home.
Closer, work closer. Even though with this clarity card and how you see yourself, you know that they're working for your future. You know that they're working for a home and your family.
Right.
But you can't get those thoughts out of your head.
Yeah, definitely. Because you got the Hermit here, what you're thinking.
Right.
The 7 of Cups with all the different scenarios, and you kind of constantly holding on to that. You can't let that go.
Yeah, and it's almost like you feel like maybe they come home and bring you gifts and flowers, and you're like, oh, you brought me flowers. What have you been doing? You know, that kind of thing. Or that they just give you, their paycheck in order. I don't know. You just feel like they want to run the streets or just not be home. Not deal with that domestic kind of life.
Yeah.
And with the Hermit there, I think it may have been going on for a long time.
Yeah. And also, maybe you've been feeling very much alone in this relationship,
Because I see you have the 5 of Cups here, and it's really making you sad.
Yeah. You feel really lonely. I could see that with these 2 cards together, the Hermit and the 5 of Cups. Yeah, because even this one, just the person's like sick.
Yeah, you're sick just thinking about it, but you're trying to have faith. You're trying to be strong with the Sacerdote card there. But this person is coming up as the Knight of Wands, and it's a person that comes in and out all the time.
Knight of Wands and 8 of Pentacles, that could be a traveling salesman.
Yeah, could be a traveling salesman, yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? He might be.
Even though I don't have any military cards, I feel strongly it could be military.
Right. Well, you have the World.
Yeah.
You've got the World, you've got the Knight of Wands, so.
But I don't have any overtly military cards, no. But I do feel like it can be military. A truck driver, maybe.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
That's my puppy Arwen going off on someone. Please excuse her. So yeah, I think your problem is having faith, because it almost looks like with the 5 of Cups he's praying, like
Arba, come here.
Either
Arby,
praying that they.
That's
my boobs.
Come here. Okay. I know.
Yeah, trying to have faith. Excuse me, got distracted. Yeah, trying to have faith that everything is going to work out, because you need the money. To live, to basically, that's what you're living off of right now.
But you do love that person,
and that person does love you. Yeah. It's just this traveling is really.
I got 3 kisses.
It's really you're undoing at the moment.
All right. So that's situation number
So,
two.
but then advice, I guess, would be to change your perspective.
Ah, that's right. The Hangman.
And the Five of Cups, I'm looking at it because Five of Cups to me is always a perspective thing. It's a perspective card. You can choose to focus on the Three Cups.
Well, or you all can the time you don't spend with them,
the time
right?
you spend with them, you can choose to focus on, I guess, the good stuff, the love, the money that's coming in, how much money they're making.
Yeah.
On what you guys are accruing together,
right.
The home, the family. You can choose to focus on that. So I think maybe check your perspective a little bit. Know that he loves you and that you love him. This is a loving relationship, I see.
I had to take that case.
So yeah, that's perspective 2, and that comes in at 1548.
Okay. Last one.
So scenario 3.
Yep. Okay, so for scenario 3, this is kind of, I don't know. Let me just go with it. Okay, so for scenario number 3, I see a person who is holding on to a relationship that I don't personally feel like the couple is broken up, but they may very well be. They may, one person is holding on to a relationship, the other person may have moved out of the home or is in and out of the home. It's still similar dynamics, regardless if the person lives there or is just coming in and out at all times. Maybe they left and then they came back, and kind of a breakup-makeup situation. In the past, you've been feeling really alone in this relationship, but you've been thinking a lot about it. And I see this particular card in this position in this spread as somebody who's obsessively thinking about something.
Well, that's how I see the Eight of Pentacles as well.
Yeah, well, the Eight of Pentacles just over and over again. But I even see that as you really want to, or the person who's holding on to the relationship really wants to work on the relationship. That's all that they think about. Ways that they can work on the relationship. Their challenges that they're just consumed with it. Like they pray about the people you getting together. But the thing that's going on is, even though one person's mind is on commitment, somebody else is in and out, that's not where their mindset is. Okay, maybe they're in and out because you guys are still just working on it. You did get the Eight of Pentacles, so they haven't committed because of commitment. You determined to knock these cards over, right?
She just wants to make a grand appearance.
She's like, I'm in it. I don't know. I think she wants to knock the cards over the butt.
Alright, get down.
Scoochie. You want me to get her down?
Yeah, please.
Come here, baby. Okay. So one person is dead set and determined on working on it. It almost feels like a determination, but like a non-moving one. And they've just wished and prayed that things are going to work out. And it's just, I think even this can represent the person who's holding on, and that they're constantly reaching out. They're constantly saying, let's work on it. Let's figure this out. Let's fix this, because we do have the Eight of Pentacles. But I don't think that it's producing the kind of results that they want, and it is putting them in a terrible amount of anxiety.
So what I can say here is, I think it's for you, it's clear to you that you two belong together. It may not be clear to that person quite yet.
Yeah. Well, with this one, I will say, with my opinion, because we can disagree even within a spread, I'm not saying that it's one-sided. I just think that with this particular thing, I think that you need to kind of back off a little bit, only because it's coming across, I see commitment here, but I see movement. So there's two opposing energies in the spread. So maybe...
No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't back off. What I'm saying is you're probably coming on so strongly because you feel like you two belong together.
Right. And I do see that. You're very, very, like, you are certain. This is, to me, coming across as like, I know, with this person. Even though when I see the environment, it almost feels like to me that the person, again, with his Knight of Wands, has one foot in and out the door.
Yeah.
That's just the environment that's around it. Or it could be you. Somebody knows somebody has one foot out the door. They're very clear on that. So what I see for the...
And it's bringing up a whole lot of emotions within you. I see part of you is jealous, part of you is sick, part of you wants to stay and say, I'm going to stand up for what I want and what I believe in, and you want to be faithful. And
yeah, because that's what the desperate jealousy is like. You're just racked over with things that you think may have happened or what they're doing when they're not with you, and it's just putting you in a bad place. And one part of you is like, let's fix this, let's heal this relationship, let's make it better. And then the other part is just like, please, like your emotions are all over the place when it comes to this particular situation. But again, somebody knows that somebody's foot is out the door. So I think that what I'm seeing, so the outcome card right here is the King of Cups. So these cards appear to me differently in this spread. In this one, we've got Allegrezze Accore. I think that that's what you think is going on. You think this person, because they're looking towards the future, has someone else on their mind, or is many other people. They're just kind of having dalliances with different people. But I still see La Superbia as illusion, or maybe you. All I know is that it's causing you a lot of grief and sickness. So if we were to give you any type of advice, it would be to pull back for your own health and sanity, because I still see health here throughout this spread. That's the underlying warnings that I'm getting. It is starting to affect your health, the focus on this, or the fixation on it.
Yeah, it could be that you can just take a step back and let him kind of live his life.
Yeah.
Or her.
And have the
and know that the realization that they're gonna still come back to you.
Yeah.
If you are meant to be, he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Or it could be you saying, "Listen, it's meant to be. I'm gonna have a good time.
Right.
Since he's out, I'm gonna have a good time. And if, when we're meant to come together, we will."
Yeah. Yeah. Because this is somebody that you really, really love. I will say this. I think that one of the solutions, or one of the ideas, because sometimes this can be imagination, it could be creative brainstorming. One of the ideas that you had to hold on to this person, or someone had to hold on to a person, is to maybe move in together, maybe buy a home, some type of financial tie in order for y'all to work together. I think that was maybe when you guys were working it out, it became like an idea, like, okay, well, we'll move in together, we'll buy a house. This is the working it out card. This is the financial tie, the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. I don't necessarily see marriage yet, but it could very well be that you guys...
Well, Four of Wands could
be marriage, right. Mm-hmm. You guys decide you're going to get married and buy a home, and you start making financial goals to make this more real. But I think, again, the underlying tone that I'm getting with this is, remember, present, the precious present is the present that has strings attached. So, yeah, this may... you guys are going to... I do see you guys are going to work towards, fixing the relationship.
But with the Hermit card in the World, it might take time.
It might take time. And also with the present, di Pietre Prezioso, the precious present, with the strings attached, it's almost like, yeah, if whichever person is offering this commitment, there's strings attached. So those are just underlying messages that keep coming up, you know what I mean, in the reading. It's just something that you need to be aware of. There's commitment there, but it's with a certain intention, I guess. I guess these financial commitments also become the actual commitment. So that's, another thing that I saw when I was reading the spread. But I do think that you guys are going to work it out. It does look like you will work it out, because the Ten of Pentacles is here as the advice. So, and this is somebody that you love. So, I mean, if it's meant to be, obviously, you guys know this is our advice. Just wait for them to come to that clarity so that they can come to you, and you can not put yourself in a place where you don't, make yourself sick. Just don't make yourself sick. That's what I see worrying about this. You go out there, you have fun, you live. Sometimes La Superbia can be just being playful. Go out there and have fun and do your own thing, and avoid this, being lovesick over somebody who may or may not feel, that same type of intensity towards you. So that's what I got for situation number 3. That's pretty much all that I get from this spread. How about you?
Yeah, me too.
All right. So what time was that?
It's 24:03.
I don't think we need to write that down.
No,
okay.
We don't.
So that's basically it. Now the signs that we see: Virgo, pretty strongly.
Pisces.
Any
fixed sign with the World card.
Yep.
And
so that's Leo,
Scorpio.
Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio.
And then again, a water sign.
So we've got Pisces twice, we've got Scorpio twice, and then we see Cancer with the King of Cups here. And that's about it.
Unless you want to say Sagittarius.
Oh, with the Knight of Wands.
Yeah.
I will tell you guys this, just so you know how to read cards. I don't consider knights or pages people, because we're grown. So I consider that it depends on the spread, but really when I read, I don't see knights I don't see them as signs. I just see them as energies. So with this one, that's why I kept stressing this person was in and out. Just that's the fire energy. Not so much.
But it can be Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries.
Right. We'll just mention that, honorable mention, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But that pretty much covers everybody except the air signs. You guys aren't represented in here very, very much. So those are the signs that we see, But if this situation applies to you, it's your situation. It doesn't matter what the sign is. Again, that's all the messages I have. If this resonated with you guys or this scenario, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, we encourage different perspectives, so please share how the cards and the energies appear to you in the comment section below. Pretty much that's it. Until next time, take care.
Bye.